Chief Minister Conrad K Sangma on Thursday released 93.698 crore as the first installment of the Umbrella Post-Matric Scholarship for ST students for 2025-26 at Shillong College. The installment will benefit 96,812 verified ST students across Meghalaya through direct benefit transfer (DBT). The total scholarship expenditure is estimated at 198.42 crore rupees, with the centre conveying 84.55 crore rupees and the state sanctioning its share of 9.40 crore rupees. Sangma said the delay was linked to the centre's new single nodal agency (SNA) system, under which the RBI directly transfers funds to students' accounts. He said the process could take up to 5 working days. The Chief Minister also directed officials to monitor failed transactions and ensure that all eligible students receive the scholarship. He informed that the National Scholarship Portal for 2026-27 will remain open until 30th of November.
So with this, I'm very happy to officially launch the scholarship and ensure that the process of transfer of the scholarship begins. Thank you so much. That's not a lottery. That's a paper now. That's 96,812 beneficiaries. Details took some time. We resolved those details, and that's how last year we were able to release your money before Christmas based on state government giving the money. And I was very hopeful that that would be now the practice for the next many years to come. But then suddenly, Government of India decided to change its working system. And Finance Ministry, Government of India came with new rules. And those rules were that Government of India will no longer sanction the money and give it to the ministry, and the ministry will then further give it to us. Because there is a time gap, and the interest payments and the money that lies, because money is also time. Time is also money. So in order to be able to, and when you deal in hundreds and thousands and lakhs of crores, even one day interest of the money lying in the bank is huge. So I'm trying to give you the picture of Government of India. So Government of India Finance Ministry decided we will do real-time transaction. Because sometimes some states, they take the money, keep it for 10 days, and then after 10 days they release. So that 10 days is like, 20 crores of interest, which the RBI or the Government of India could save. Anyway, that's the financial part. So government introduced SNA Sparsh, which is a mechanism through which now Government of India, the RBI, that means the Reserve Bank of India, releases money straight to you. The money does not come into the ministry, nor does it come to us. The paperwork happens through us, but the money, as soon as the details are given by the ministry and by the state government to RBI, the RBI starts to transfer the funds to you directly. So, my plan to give money in advance to you once again met with a challenge. Because earlier, the ministry would then give back the money to me. Now, if I give advance to you, RBI also will fund directly to you. That means you will get double, which is a good thing for you, but not a great thing for me. So, that is the problem we are facing from this financial year. And for the last 8 years, and I keep giving this analogy to everybody I speak to. So education department is like the wires of your headphones, or the different strings that are all jumbled up together. And your natural instinct is to pull and hope that everything just falls into place. And that's what you would do. Suddenly you would pull it, only to realize that you are actually complicating the problem even more. And so the only way to resolve the problem is to take this bunch of knots and untie them one by one, which requires a lot of patience, which requires a lot of concentration, and which requires the other people watching this knot being this bundle of knots being unknotted and saying, "What are you doing? Do it fast." And that's precisely what the education sector has been for us for the last 8 years. But as correctly mentioned by Honorable Minister in his speech, we are on the right path. We have started to take steps which are meaningful, which are decisive, which are rectifying foundational challenges and problems that existed in the education system. And today being able to structure it in a manner and then allow the system to flow so that slowly and steadily things fall into place. And when I talk like that, I know for some of you it may just sound like a really boring speech. But some of us who are in the education sector can understand what I'm talking about. And they will agree with me when I tell them that all of us who have been working on this, untangling these knots, can see what will happen in the next 5 years from now. I can see it. I can literally, vision what's going to happen in 5 years. I can see the next 10 years. I can see what's going to happen for the PGI. I can see what's going to happen when it comes to our teacher ratios. I can see what's going to happen when it comes to our science education, our higher secondary education. I can see how the colleges and higher technical education is going to go up. And I can foresee where we are going to go forward because we have laid those foundations now. We have untangled those knots. We have changed the structural problems that were there in the system to allow now the system to move in the right direction. And it's been a long journey. I don't want to get into what the problems were. But I do take this moment to really put my sense of appreciation and gratitude to all the people who have put in hours and hours, gone through the pressure of different stakeholders coming in and demanding different things. And one pulling you from this side, the other pulling you from this side. Yet staying focused on what we are supposed to do and moving forward.